On the top of your note sheet, you have this question here. Let's review what photosynthesis is. If you look at this picture here, it shows the photosynthetic process. Notice that the light goes into the leaf, water comes in through the roots, and carbon dioxide is absorbed in the leaf. The plant then gives off oxygen and sugar. So answering the question, you should be adding oxygen and glucose. And also add the chemical formulas for the both. At any time, if you need to pause this video, do so. The recorded class video messed up, so therefore I have to record it separately. We're going to talk about cellular respiration. You have your note sheet for cellular respiration, so please fill in the blanks as I go through the lesson. Make sure you're filling in the blanks for these things. Your first blank should say cellular respiration and then put what it equals. The equation for cellular respiration is as this. Don't. Notice the food that we eat, and from the food we get the sugar called glucose. In addition to the glucose, we breathe in something from the air and get it from the trees, which is oxygen. And then we release carbon dioxide, water, and this energy that we've been storing up called ATP. If you look at this equation, do you notice anything about this equation and the equation for photosynthesis? You'll have to look at your notes to see if there's any similarities. Let's look, it's the opposite. Let's look at the two equations. Notice that one man's trash is another man's treasure. For example, the carbon dioxide that's released through cellular respiration is used for photosynthesis. The water for cellular respiration is used for photosynthesis, and energy released from cellular respiration is used for photosynthesis. On the opposite side, the sugar that's released during photosynthesis is absorbed during cellular respiration, and the oxygen that is released during photosynthesis is absorbed during cellular respiration. There's two stages of cellular respiration, and the cytoplasm is where the glucose is broken down and a little bit of energy is released. But in stage 2, here's where the oxygen is going to break the food down a little bit more, and there's large amounts of energy released. Here's also where you're going to exhale carbon dioxide and water, and this happens during exhaling. Because a lot of energy is used for this process, this happens in a particular organelle. It's the organelle that powers the cell, so you should be thinking mitochondria. When you're doing exercise or any type of activity that requires a lot of energy, you usually have rapid breathing. And what's happening is your body has a lack of oxygen and you're trying to gather more oxygen so that you can get energy. But your body does not have the oxygen that it needs, so it goes through the process of fermentation. Now, fermentation is when your body has a lack of oxygen but still needs the energy. So this is a way for your body to get energy when there is no oxygen available. Alright, now you're ready for your homework. Make sure you do this. You have to follow step by step. You need both notes, your photosynthesis notes and your cellular respiration notes. Read each step carefully and all the way through so you understand exactly what you're doing. You'll be cutting off the bottom things, mitochondria, chloroplast, and energy, ATP. You'll be adding some arrows. You'll be adding a straight arrow, and you'll also probably be adding a sun. You'll be adding some curved arrows, and by the curved arrows, I mean this. Some of your arrows may be labeled like this, so that you can show one thing coming from one, something coming from one thing, and going to another. This concludes the lesson.